hey, you got to be able to close out series. One of the most important things in all of Rocket League. And then he told all my ranked teammates just go try and air dribble. And now I'm not sure if I like what he says anymore. But that to the side here, I'm excited to get into this match.
Yeah, and he also talked about the work ethic in both teams. I mean, you know the work ethic is there. You've got the newcomer, Calm, hobbed off in their series against the Pioneers. Meanwhile, on the other side, NRG versus United that happened earlier in the day. NRG was forced to adapt. They were the ones who managed to clutch and win those final games out, which is exactly what Turo had discussed. But it was all on the back of Justin getting those demos and Garrett G, the double taps. Will we see a similar situation? Is version 1, do they have the offense that can make NRG adapt and panic and use something like the demos to make their offense that much better? But you've got Justin. You've got Justin on the backboard. Utilize him, throw him upfield, and make sure he's getting those mechanics in.
Now watch this double commit here. That's what screwed him. Calm and Gimmick both going for it, and Garrett G's got a free net to shoot at. NRG to take an early lead here in game 1.
Exactly what they needed as well. It's been a different showing from NRG. Definitely. Garrett G as well, they mentioned on the desk. The interview, he didn't know what happened, and then the flick from, I believe that was Justin before he got demoed. Garrett G still being aggressive. This NRG, they're here to play, man.
They certainly are, and former teammates on either side of the field here. If you watch closely on the scoreboard, you see Squishy using the Season 6 World Champion title. The other two players that have that title, that exact title, are Gimmick and Torment, formerly of Cloud9. Squishy and Justin teaming up here, former longtime friends, now teammates, looking to see if they can get their second World Championship for everybody involved. Calm here, the rookie of the bunch, and another shot on target. Torment gets it into the block, and Calm will put it into the midfield. Gimmick on the far rotation. We saw Chiefs talk to us about Gimmick's aggressive play, but the key is he's not ball chasing because that's what he always does. He ball chase because in the moment it made sense. We'll see Gimmick be plenty safe in the moments when he knows he needs to. Extremely intelligent player.
I mean, if you're going to look at the version 1 defense and for typical plays to expect out of them, a lot of it is going to come from Torment coming across, as that third man, getting a nice little touch that hits it to his own teammate in the corner. Then they pop off with an explosive counterattack. That's something that version 1 loved doing against KC Pioneers. It'll still be a difficult task against NRG, but so long as Torment is getting those crazy saves that nobody expects, it's surely possible.
2:50 left on the clock, approaching halftime, and still the first goal from NRG, the only one of the game. Torment takes to the sky. Gimmick over one. Justin takes it up, and Garrett G's on the backboard. Justin's got all the clear he needs. Squishy now to Garrett G. Immediately took to the air. The moment that touch was made, it's on the backboard. Does not get cleared. Gimmick has to come in from the side. That's all three players from version 1 committed on the defense. Will be a little bit low on boost, but Gimmick gets all the clears.
Wow.
They'll go all the way back down to the orange half. Torment now over the top of one. Garrett G will push it back into the version 1 territory. Calm managing to dodge a demolition in the corner. We'll keep this one away from the box for now, but Justin gets the touch and dunks the absolute daylights out of Torment for goal number 2.
Oh, I talked about how important it was for Torment to get that final rotation. He's coming in a little bit late. He managed to get the save, and Justin, with the extra little sauce, gets the dunk and smacks it back down in his face.
Slams the door on him. Like, oh, he tried to shut the door.
He tried to shut the door. Too. I didn't think he had to save.
Yeah, Torment stuck his foot in the jam. Oh, but Gimmick comes back and finds a goal on the far side. I'm still figuring out about the last goal. Let's see how this one went in.
Oh, and it started with Torment as well. The clear from the defensive side. You get it out to one player on the left wall, all the way over then to Gimmick. The typical routine, you need to have Torment in the backfield getting that touch. He managed to find it. This time, Justin wasn't there to dunk him. Version 1, they strike finally.
There you get on the board. But looking for goal number 3. NRG coming out of the gate, swinging off the kickoff. Gimmick to 1. Garrett G with a soft touch, trying to get away from the defense, give it back to Justin. It's going to go into the corner. Now Torment. The touch past 1. Justin, quick half rotation. You want to talk about someone that has aggressive rotations? We brought up Gimmick during the pre-show. Justin is the other player who would come to mind for me.
When he's going to go in with more demos if he needs to. That's what happened earlier on against EU United. That's what I was mentioning at the beginning of this game. Will he need to utilize that? Garrett G doesn't need anybody's help. He almost had the solo play. Justin takes the boost, gets demoed, and now we've got a counterattack for version 1.
Oh, Squishy gets the block on one, but it's not going to be enough. Torment came through a little bit outmanned here. Squishy wasn't able to turn it away.
I think this ball did a complete lap around the whole field, dribbling-wise. We had Garrett G, who started in his corner on the right side, took it all the way down the field, exchanged it to Calm, and then he did the exact same thing, got the demo, but it's Version1 who scores.
And that brings us to a tie game. Version1, after starting to look a little bit outclassed with those first two goals, they come roaring right back, and we got ourselves a ball game. Gimmick now off his own backboard. He's got Justin in front of him. They'll neutralize it a bit. Final minute of game number 1, Calm over the top. The rookie pushes it through. The sensation has gotten Version1 this far in the tournament, sets it up for Gimmick, and now back across the box. NRG's defense gets in the way. Garrett up, blocks Torment. Squishy now. The dual threat will beat Calm. Squishy's a struggle to find a play. Now Justin back down onto Squishy's nose. Torment with the clear. Garrett G hanging far back. He'll immediately counter that clear. Here comes the 1-2.
Well.
They're trying to find the pass plays. Version1 just a bit wide of the net. Justin to follow this one in Calm. Not able to put it through. 20 seconds left. Tie game.
Oh, no. Risky moments there for Calm. He got the 50, managed to get the dribble out. And now, look, all the way from his own side. This man, he's done it so many times before. The dribbles from his own area, getting the flick out, putting NRG in difficult situations, and Justin gets the miss. Final few seconds. Are they going to keep it up?
They're keeping it up. Garrett G's there, but Calm neutralizes it. Justin now to keep it in the box. Gimmick and Torment, neither in a great position, but Gimmick gets the touch. Now Squishy carries it to the wall. Past one. Torment and Calm to beat. Off the backboard. Torment's defense is always legendary. Here's Justin, though. Couldn't keep it off the ground. Overtime in game 1.
Oh, and he had a chance. He just mistimed the front flip a little bit. Didn't get proper contact, but we've got such a close game. It's Version1 with several counterattacks where they're finding great vision in the midfield. They can connect a few passes. NRG's defense will hold on and push up with a little bit of pressure, but both the teams' defenses do not want to break.
Justin will get a nice solid touch to the goal. Calm and Torment tag team it out to Gimmick, who takes to the sky. Full tank of boost, dribbles it over one and now into the corner. Garrett G will try to connect with Justin, but the ball a little bit over his head. Far out to midfield. Torment takes 3 touches to move it out. Garrett and Squishy both demolished, leaving Justin alone. But Version1 not able to push the ball downfield quickly enough to take advantage of those demolitions. Calm into the corner. Squishy keeping this one high. He's out of boost, but connects with Garrett G on the handoff. And now the setup for Justin. Torment's going to try and reach this one, and Justin, oh man, Justin respects Torment so much.
Yeah.
He immediately half-flipped out of that the moment he saw Torment was going for it.
Yeah, no, it's such a smart play as well because he can then recover a little bit sooner on defense because you're going to need to intercept passes like that from Squishy. Now, Garrett G, the 1v1, what's he going to do with it? Goes for the early flick. Maybe a fake would have worked instead, but it was blocked out by Torment.
Squishy, because you're getting creative in the pass game. We're back into midfield. Torment pass one. Gimmick out of his box with a nice long clear. Torment's up for it to try and find a shot. He gets it off the ceiling. Justin's up and covers the corner. They'll keep playing here in overtime. 1:30 on the clock, and it keeps counting upwards. We'll play until someone scores. Gimmick off the backboard. Not the best clear. Here's Squishy. Sends it down and under. Oh, Torment gets it off the post and out. What a save.
He, in the final moments, manages to keep things so entertaining. His rotation barely on time. It gets the little touch he needs to, and it narrowly misses that post and doesn't bounce in. Version1 stay alive. We've got more and more seconds into this overtime.
Let them play for forever. This is quality Rocket League, as far as I'm concerned. Calm across the box. Gimmick with a miss. Garrett G now from midfield. Torment will be there first. He'll connect with Calm. What a pass. And the pace of this ball right now, I feel like I'm watching Heat Secret.
Yeah.
As Justin comes in, plays it high. Garrett G, the read, Squishy, going to be up from the ground. That's actually Justin to attack first, sends it on target, and Calm gets the block. Gimmick's touch soft, but it's going to be neutralized in the Calm Squishy 1v1. Torment beats Garrett to the ball, and now it's back to midfield with Justin over the top of 2. Out of the corner, Calm through 1 again. And man, round and round we go.
Yeah.
Both teams slowing down the pace of aggression a little bit, but really what's happening is the defensive clears have been so strong. Every time this ball's going into the corner, the touch goes to the corner. What? Again, Calm with a savior medal in overtime.
How did he predict the crossbar down hit from Garrett G? That angle was so tight. You don't even expect him to find a shot. Calm still got the save. Version1 barely holding on even for that shot from Squishy. Torment keeps them alive in this OT.
Torment has 9 saves. I wasn't even keeping track of that. I always expect Torment to have a lot of saves, but 9 is a substantial number.
I'll make it 10. Make it 10. We've got another one.
Get 2 more. He's got the all-time record. All-time record held by Devo at 12. 3:24 into overtime. A bump onto Justin. Calm up for it. Now Gimmick to the goal. Torment to try and end it right there. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Version1 take the first one.
And it's with the vision. Gimmick sees Torment on the other side of the field. If he's not getting every single save possible, he's on the other side scoring every shot. Torment, so clutch, game 1, Version1 managed to pull off the win, and they get an early start.
My goodness. Welcome to Rocket League, folks. 2 goals, 10 saves, double-digit saves there for Torment. The player who became known as a defender. This was Torment's first shtick, was being the wall of Cloud9. And then he became a great shooter as well, and that was a big part of what helped win that World Championship in Season 6.
Right.
Bringing out both tools here, Turtle, scoring 1,100 personal score in that game.
Well, this was also how he played in Game 5 against the Pioneers. Torment was a huge aspect of every single part of the game. He was getting the saves, and we also got to credit, obviously Gimmick with the fantastic midfield passing, Calm getting the save off the crossbar there. Everybody did their part, but Torment, the man can just do it all at this moment, and he's bringing that Game 5 energy into the very beginning parts of this series wave.
Yeah, man. That was a pleasure to watch. And I can't, man, we got at least 2 more games.
Oh, yeah.
And it was funny. I saw people in chat after goal 2 from NRG being like, GG, NRG takes it. This game's over. Nah. 5 minutes later of Rocket League, and we've got Version1 up 1 in the series. And
the question is, do we see Justin go for demos?
I'm still thinking about Justin's dunk.
Oh, yeah.
On the Torment, on that first save Torment made. That was still so nuts.
And the thing of it is Torment still kept making those saves. He was like, you know what, you dunked me this time. It's not going to happen again, though, man. I'm going to get 9 more saves, end up touching everything that comes my way towards the box, and, it's over for you. You're not going to get another dunk.
He's like, you get 1. The other 9 you're not going to have. Gimmick with a shot. Well done. Out to the edge. Garrett G now to follow this through. Picked up the corner or the middle field boost. And now this one out of the corner. That's dangerous. Squishy gets in, and Torment gets the stop, but Justin's still there to finish it. I still can't believe another amazing save for Torment.
He's still getting the stop. Garrett G bumps him, and he uses his flip after he gets bumped. Still manages to get a touch, but a great play from NRG. They're getting more physical. This is what I was wondering. Once NRG lose that first game, and if they did, which, Version1, they're up 1-0, do we get more aggression from NRG with the demos? This is how they beat E-United and got some momentum. Was the aggression from Justin. That time it was Garrett G. It seems like that's their go-to when their backs are against the wall.
Garrett G now getting a demolition after beating 2 players in the midfield. Justin trying to set this up. Gimmick with a poor touch, but is able to follow through. Squishy shot going to be blocked by Gimmick falling on his recovery. And Squishy with a miss. Gimmick won't be able to tuck it in, though. Just not enough time to realize what's happened. Garrett G with the attempt. And here comes the shot from Squishy. Gimmick gets the shot. Garrett gets the dunk, but it doesn't matter. The shot is wide, or the dunk was wide of the goal.
Oh, huge play there from Justin as well to keep the pressure, and you're winning the midfield challenge game so easily, and you can continue forward, let your teammates get some boost a little bit. Now Calm trying to struggle and get this one out. What a touch as well. He misses the follow-up, and Gimmick's there for the read. This is a bit unfortunate for everyone on Version1, as it seemed like they were going to get a great transition, and still they hold on. This is the defense that is so resilient and that can manage to hold on through any pressure.
Oh, Garrett G, a narrow miss on that pass. Now Torment. Down to the edge, Squishy with Justin. Ball pitches across the field. Torment was picking up the boost and actually turned around. He won't be in position to immediately put the pressure on Garrett G. The ball's back in front of the box. Now here comes Gimmick. Out to Torment. Covered up by Squishy. Into an empty backfield. Gimmick and Calm have to turn back. Calm with the dribble on 1. Squishy setting up Garrett. Another player beat. Torment versus Justin and Garrett. Justin taken off the field by Calm on the rotation back. Key moves from the rookie. Relieving pressure from the 1 lone defender.
Oh, nice little bump from Gimmick now. Setting up Torment. That was almost a good play there.
Yeah.
Everybody on NRG, you can see them all on the backboard, actually. But you're right. I mean, a highlight player is always going to be Calm on this field as well. We talked about Torment last game, but Calm,
Which, I mean,
his dribbles are so pivotal.
Just think about the sentence you just said. On a field with Justin, Squishy, Garrett G, Torment, and Gimmick, the highlight player, Turtle says, is Calm. And I'm not going to disagree with you. The guy has been absolutely insane today. And honestly, I mean, he's the player I'm most excited when he's got the ball by himself right now. Maybe Justin, maybe Squishy, but Calm is in that ranks. There's fewer higher compliments we can give in Rocket League.
Well, against the Pioneers in Game 3, that was the pop-off that helped secure the win. He got 2 transition goals, all from himself. The dribbles down the field, got the flick. If this man can continue to use that aspect of the game, the dribbles, he's going to keep performing. Now gets the interception. Gary G tried to find somebody in the midfield. It didn't connect, but they're still keeping pressure. Looking good from NRG, and their defense, I mean, it has picked up against Version 1.
It has. Gary G low on boost. Flipped. Got a flip reset. Flipped again. Got the ball towards the box, but wasn't able to find the bump on the goalie, and I don't think there was a shooter from the rest of NRG to actually make use of it anyways, but still, mechanical play. Squishy. The small ball flips to stall things out in the midfield, and now all of NRG bunched up here in midfield. They've all got a half flip out of this one. Justin will be the one to take control of the situation, get the clear, and let Garrett and Squishy sort themselves out. Now Calm through the air, trying to set up Gimmick, sets it high. Squishy reaches for it and sends it to the corner, but here comes the pressure. There's the pass into Torment, the shot, and Garrett G flying back into that gets the save despite Justin being demolished, and Squishy looks for a counterattack. Oh boy.
And they still don't get the goal even after that last-second save from Garrett G. The counterattack doesn't work. Calm managed to run back, get that save, and it's still a battle of counterattacks on the field wave. It's incredible to watch how fast they can recover and manage to get back on defense.
I mean, the critical plays of the first-man rotation, when you make the play, you make the touch you can, falling back onto defense, especially against teams that can break out so quickly here. The outfield pass to Garrett G won't be good, but 1
Final 10
to 0, final 10. Can NRG hold on to tie up this series after losing it in overtime? Clock is expired. Out to Gimmicks, got to keep it up to Torment. Now back to Calm. He doesn't really have enough boost though, and Squishy will be able to stall this out. The master of killing games. Ran into Gimmick. Now Calm, pass to Torment. They've kept this one alive. Garrett should be able to put this one down, and he does. NRG in Game 2, rally back. They're tied up at 1 apiece.
This was the surprise, I think, that we expected. The aggression from Garrett G, going in for those physical plays. You know, it's something that we're not used to NRG, but especially in this regional event, they've been relying on it. That's what got them that first goal. It's all they needed because their defense continued to hold on. It was with last-second saves that we saw from Version 1 from Torment, but just on the other side, you know, Justin got that early on goal line save, then Garrett G coming out with the clutch touch in the final moments to keep them in position to take this game and honestly get some form of momentum against Version 1.
Yeah, man. It's funny because, like, you looked at the first match, Version 1 versus Rogue, and you'd say these are 2 teams that are unpredictable right now. They've been, Version 1 in particular is a team that we had high hopes for, but then struggled a lot. Rogue, always a team that's kind of a wild card. And you'd look at Version 1 losing to Rogue and be like, okay, maybe Version 1's returning to their old form, is not being that great of a team. But Rogue has made the upper bracket run. Rogue is having the tournament of their lives right now. Version 1, I think their strength has been a little bit cloaked by the competition they've been going up against. And we're starting to see just how strong this team is now that they're going up against North America's best.
Yeah, and I think that it kind of displays how these teams who are in the lower end of you know, the pool of teams who are starting to increase with so much potential as they go for these roster changes. You know, you pick up a new player on Rogue and all of a sudden everything starts to click and connect. Now Version 1, you put in Calm and it's the same exact situation. Things start flowing a little bit better with the rotations. The synergy is getting built and you can see it on the field, but you're up against NRG, who's had the chemistry down for quite some time.
NRG, definitely a dynasty name. And I heard it at some point, I think Leaf or even kind of like talked about it on the desk, is like, are you going with the old blood or the new blood? And while Calm is definitely qualifies as quote unquote new blood, Gimmick and Torment are as veteran as it gets on this roster, and Calm finds the hole in the midline defense. And that was all 3 NRG players actually right there. Calm just said, hey, I just got to put this on target and it'll be good. That's the first goal.
A bit of desperation from Garrett G, or not from Garrett G, actually, it was Squishy and Justin, I believe, who I think Justin got the turn coming out into the midfield where initially, you'd expect him to either go back or Squishy would communicate and tell him to. So, that's not a usual issue from NRG, but if we took anything or could get anything out of the interview from Garrett G, they're honest with each other, they're working on their issues, and in that instance, you need to be communicating a lot better.
Oh, NRG trying to put the pressure on and immediately tie this game back up. Pass in the midfield, Gimmick with a kill, and now it's Gimmick versus Squishy, former teammates. Squishy will zone him out the shot. Now Justin over the top on one. He's got Torment in front of him. Torment's up for it. Justin's touch goes back in the midfield, and Calm will block the second shot. Justin lost onto the backboard. Calm with a clear, and Torment going to try and reach this, but Garrett G's going to beat him. Now into the corner. Gimmick over Squishy.
He's up.
Justin alone sends it onto the net. Torment's got the save again. Torment, top player for Version1's both game 1 and 2.
Garrett G the bump.
Woo! Oh, Gimmick with the save on the rotation back in. It's crazy in a game that has this many highlight offenders that the defense from both sides has been the most spectacular part of the show.
Well, I'm getting flashbacks to the Version1 series against SSG, and then the clear from Gimmick, the massive boom down the field, almost taking advantage of that was Calm, who could have gotten the redirect, but still, this is similar to the SSG game. They're holding off on defense, even whenever they have so much pressure to deal with, and then they can counterattack, get a fantastic goal, and Calm's there for the finish, Justin the save. It's back and forth wave, goal line save after goal line save.
Yeah, Justin has to react. Calm can shoot at the entire net, and Justin waits, plays it perfectly off to the side on what was an excellent drive from V1. Torment, pass to Gimmick, blocked, no, got the shot, but just wide. Garrett G now putting pressure on. There's Justin through one, Calm, trying to press down. With 2:28 on the clock, just past halftime, Version1's first goal, the only one of the game.
Somebody's got to go for the demo.
And Justin's chasing Gimmick for it. Ball goes out to Squishy, past one. Justin hits his brakes. I think he was trying to pass back to Squishy, but didn't quite have the positioning correct.
Oh. Yeah, he hit his brakes and then wave dash on the wall to get some more speed to open up some space on the defensive side of Version1, but still it's not enough. They're trailing by a goal, haven't been able to find the counterattack because of clears like that from Torment. And now the pass off the wall, this could be what they need. NRG, Garrett G the follow, and then just Squishy. Everybody's involved. We all got a piece of it. It's a beautiful play from NRG.
Oh, the pass off the wall, I think, was the change-up that they needed. The positioning from Version1 was predicting Garrett G's touch, I think, to go straight to Justin, not off the wall, and then to Justin. What a touch. And then that kill from Garrett G to set it up for Squishy. Like, just put it on a tee. Easiest shot of Squishy's life. Garrett G made that possible, and now we're tied up.
I think that's the most important part is the touch from Garrett G. Instead of getting too desperate and going for a shot on net, he realized he just needs to beat one opponent. He knows everybody else is out of the play except for that last defender. You beat him, you get the free goal because Squishy's waiting in the backfield.
And they did get it. 1:30 on the clock. Version1 all on the same side of the field. Justin in the midfield, Calm beaten by Garrett G. Torment now out of his corner, up against Squishy. Loses the challenge. Gimmick's got to quickly turn. Garrett G now in front of the box. Squishy's there is with Justin as well. Justin and Garrett G tangle up on the rotation back. Justin hits his brakes, passes back to Squishy, but intercepted by Torment. Now Garrett G off this corner. Gimmick's going to have that ball for free, and he's got Calm in front of him looking for the bumps. Gimmick will take it to the corner. Justin with a stop. Now Torment back to the wall again. Final minute of game 3. Reminder, best of 5. This one into the corner. Calm gets it in, and they've got the lead at the final minute.
You can see Gimmick, he literally got in a headlock with Garrett G going for a bump. Garrett didn't even know how to get out of that. He was stuck on the top of the goal line, flipped out, and it wasn't enough. Garrett G can't make the touch. Version1, 53 seconds left. They could take the lead in this series.
We'll see if they can do it. It is a best of 5 again. So this game gives match point to whoever wins. Torment in the corner. Through 2. He's got Justin in front of him. Off to the edge. Here's Garrett G. Taking his time up against the defenders. Got him both to bite. Squishy sends it to the far post. No, it was wide, and Torment was there anyways. He needed to take it to the air. That was the only play. 25 seconds left. In front of the box. Squishy's there once more. NRG turning the pressure on. RG's gonna try and follow this guy. All the boost in the world, but Torment just kills it. Keeps it in the corner in the most dead area of the map. 13 seconds left for NRG. Into the final 10. Squishy spins on this one. Takes to the sky with a full take, but lost control of the ball. He won't be able to dribble it down. They wasted precious time. Here comes Garrett into the sky.
Off the backboard.
Lots of space given by Version1.
Oh, no.
Oh, set it up. Oh, I can't believe they got away with that one.
What? I thought somebody was following up off the backboard. Wait, hold on a second. What just happened? I'm a little bit all over the place with what I just saw. Somebody from the third man was rotating in. I thought would have gotten the touch. How did NRG not find a follow-up for that shot that could have been so crucial to the series? What is going on? What just happened?
I don't understand. I would love to see it again, just because of how that touch from Calm. I think the lack of a touch from Calm maybe is the thing that changed it up for them. I don't know. That was a crazy, crazy moment. But Version1 now 1 game away from knocking NRG out of this tournament, Turtle.
Goodness. This is insane. NRG, they are getting put to the test with their offense. They have to go with creative plays, the unique touches from Garrett G, and normally they don't get pressed this hard to make incredible plays on a defense that will not budge. Version1 are constantly there to make the touch. Even when they double commit, their recovery is spotless. And that was all thanks to Torment, in my opinion, holding down the fort. But don't discredit NRG because they've been making waves so far with a couple of great passing plays. But I also think Squishy, man, he has come so close to finding that final shot. If he starts getting a little bit more informed with the shooting, it could be over.
Man, I mean, there's all the momentum right now. Version1, they've got the lead. They've got an overtime win. Both of their wins, they have had to fight from behind to get back in front. NRG's solo win is in Game 2, a 1-0 affair. I don't know. This one, it's starting to feel like Version1's just flat out the better team. It's Justin into the sky. Sets it up for Garrett G.
Oh, no.
And Justin's touch actually goes in off of a play from Calm. Oh, dear.
And are we going to call this calculated from Garrett G? Because this was intended as a pass, but he got bumped in the air. Then I think Torment assumed Garrett G was going to go for the shot. Nobody can find the recovery, and it's almost a free one given to NRG.
A little bit. Justin also, I mean, man, I'm second guessing myself. I think Justin just switched to the Fennec. I think he was driving Octane for the first few games. Garrett G, either way, went for a color change. And now here's Justin with the crazy plays. Getting a little bit musty on him. Or whatever flip you want to call it at this point, I don't care. Just Squishy now, off the corner. Gimmick back to the side. Here's Justin. Look at that touchdown. Into enemy territory, but straight to Calm, and then sets it up. 2 touches, 3 touches for Version1, and it's just wide.
And the demo.
Otherwise, and they get it. The demo paves the way, and Torment scores it, tying the game.
Oh my goodness, the vision. We've got one pass in to the sidewall, then across the field, a demo comes out. Version1 tie up the game in the best way possible. A lovely team play out of every single player on the field. That is how you get back into the game, and you've got to be feeling good after that.
Version1, I mean, they've gotten back into the game every time.
Yeah.
There's been
that
so
last
many.
Goal, it's so important with how the last goal went in that you get a quality goal as a response, and they did just that.
Bring back the morale and the momentum, keep the mental clean. 3:13 left to go. In Game 4, it is all on Version1. All eyes on them as they are on match point. Here's Squishy, up against Calm. Neutral in the midfield. Garrett G with a touch. I think he got a flip reset, but there's just no way to really use it with the way his angle, his trajectory was. Calm now to this corner. Calm Hound and Justin trying to set it up for Torment. Now Justin up in the goal. Off the edge, Squishy to the far corner there. Not quite going to happen.
Calm. I was a little bit worried that I thought maybe we'd see another own goal for the day, but that was definitely something that you don't want to see happen if you're a Version1 fan. But thankfully they do escape with some solid defense, and we're still getting good transitions out of them. But the passing from NRG still, holding up strong. Now Garrett G bumped into the air. Hold on, he almost got the flip reset as well. That would have been something else.
That would have made it to the top 3 for tomorrow. Torment over one. He's going to follow this. Looks for Calm, but Calm doesn't quite have the initial trajectory. You know, Justin down the field. Garrett G just a little bit of boost, but enough to reach the ball. Is going to drop down in. Squishy's looking for it. Calm blocks it away. Version1 staying clean on defense.
And they're not breaking under the pressure. That's such a difficult read to manage with any contact. You know, getting a touch on that is so difficult, but you still come out here with the pressure of NRG. They're taking your boost. You find those hits. That's the clutch factor that we are looking for Version1.
There's Squishy. Taking to the edge, he's got Garrett G in the midfield, but broken up by Gimmick. It'll be Justin to pick it up on the third man. Into the midfield now again as Calm will stretch it to the far side. Squishy trying to stall this ball. Gets a pinch play out of it. Wow, Garrett G now to the edge. Up above, I believe the pinch means there's no shooter in front of the box. Now off the back wall. Gimmick and Torment, both a little bit caught flat-footed. Justin tries to get in time, but Version1 just throws some cars in the way. NRG's gonna need more. There's a touch over the one. Calm off the wall. With the final minute. Version1 one goal away from knocking NRG out, but Squishy's shot is good from the midfield. NRG's got the lead.
And it was Justin who got the full boost pad and took out Torment. If there's a player you're going to take out on the field to get a goal, it's going to be Torment. But he can't get that final save. Nice little slot into the corner. NRG. I think we're pushing to a game 5, Wade.
I think we probably are. Director Cam doing us a little dirty there, too. I didn't see Garrett G's positioning on the real-time shot. There was no way for the defense to find that play from Squishy. Garrett G was covering it up. Now Justin to the edge. Here's Gimmick. Version1, they've been in this position before, and Gimmick puts it on target. It gets blocked by Garrett G. Justin now to the sky. Just going to try and hold on to this one. Take it onto the dribble. Gets it underneath one. 30 seconds left. Gimmick to the far side. Can they tie it up here in the waning moments? 2 players miss. That should be it. No, Torment comes in. If it's off of Gimmick and 2, he's in the box. Oh my goodness, Version1 making themselves sweat.
15 seconds left, and you can see NRG giving Version1 a taste their own medicine. Those goal line saves yet again coming out. But Version1, I mean, it's only one goal. Just keep this ball up. Try to find one last attempt on net. You can do it.
2 seconds. Calm to the backboard. Touch from Squishy, not the worst. Calm keeps it high, but a demolition of the Gimmick might do it. It will. That removes the player that and Version1 needed. NRG take 2 back-to-back there. Well, just 1, actually. So we've gone back and forth now, alternating games. It's got to end eventually. We're going to go to game 5, Turtle. Oh, boy.
We have got some fantastic series today. This is one of the best of the day. I mean, this... How do you even predict what's going on? It's so back and forth. Now we go into game 5. If you think back to Version1 and the Pioneers, Version1 in game 5 was a completely different beast. They scored 3 goals within, I believe, like the first 2 minutes, maybe even sooner than that. So for NRG, you have to be cautious of that and make sure when you start out in game 5, the defense is held down as best as possible and you're not being a bit too risky.
Yeah, man. If Version1 becomes an entirely different beast again, here versus NRG, that's scary because this is good. If this is their final form, if this is NRG, like I'm cool with this. This is an excellent Rocket League team. Yeah. You're telling me there's another level above that. That's kind of terrifying. But man, you want to talk about the quality of the game we're playing. Of the 6 players on the pitch, 5 have won the World Championship and have their name printed in the stadium's rafters here. Who's going to take it and move on in our bracket? The loser goes home for our first regional event of the winter split. Just in the midfield. Garrett G. Played into the box. Here's Squishy up against Calm. Torment with the attempt. Garrett G a little bit loose against Calm. Here comes Justin through the sky as Version1 took their precious moments getting down the field.
And this is the slower defense that I wanted to see out of NRG. I think you have to wait out a bit more against Version1 with how fantastic they've been in those clutch moments and just make sure that you've been able to rotate out on the transition a little bit better before you get aggressive.
Ball's going to bounce at midfield. Gimmick pop it to the backboard. Squishy looking for Justin. This one looks just a bit wide, and Calm will clear it away, keep the ball's rotation going. First minute coming and going quietly. Back in front of the box, that beats one player. Justin and Squishy going to try and follow this one out up against Gimmick as the back man. Gimmick getting demolished. Creates a little bit of space, but Torment quickly closed the gap. And now up against Calm in the corner. He'll win his challenges as well. NRG thwarted any attempt on net.
Wow. And that was almost, what, 3 or 4 consecutive challenges just straight into the corner. NRG, if they get one midfield pass out of that, could be devastating for the defense of version 1. Now, Calm going for a risky play, wanted to force the 50 in front of his net, but it works out. Now he's got his flip and the 50 on the offensive side. What a transition from the rookie.
3:16 on the clock in game 5. Calm has been pulling his weight. Not just this day, not just this series, but all tournament. Garrett G with an attempt. Gimmick through 1. Squishy in his back corner. A play slow, keep away ball. He's got all 3 players in front of him. Key wins here could be huge. Torment breaks the rule number 1 is as soon as it begins. Not willing to throw it up here in game 5. Justin off the corner. Garrett G airborne up against Calm. Both players miss. Garrett G, I mean, you want to talk about a measure of respect. Garrett G anticipated Calm getting the hit and went for the dunk instead.
Well, that's the same thing that Calm actually went for as well in that challenge. So it just shows how passive these teams are in game 5. You know, nobody wants to come out and be a bit too risky with the positioning. You just want to wait for that mistake. In the previous game for NRG, it worked out right away. And version 1 pretty much gave away 1 free net, but now it might not be the case.
Oh, this is scary. Justin somehow holds on to ball control this entire way, and Garrett G takes over. Oh, the double taps wide of the goal. Gives Squishy off the wall. Justin rotating back out. And now here comes the attack once more. Justin has been blasting it towards the net over and over again off the midfield wall. I think every time it's actually been wide of the goal.
And I mean, I completely forgot to mention as well, Garrett G. Talk about clutch factors in game 5 against E United. It was the double tap that they needed to win it all, and now almost hitting it again. This time it was wide, but Garrett G, he is going to be huge so far in game 5, and he has been great.
Here's Garrett G once more. The pass down to Justin, this time blocked by Calm. And here comes version 1. Gimmick in the midfield up against Squishy. Gets it neutral to the edge. Garrett with a quick turn on it, and Torment to chase him onto the wall. Back down in the midfield. It's Justin alone with the ball. Calm hung back, waiting for the play. Justin gets the dribble on 1. Neutral against Gimmick, and it'll be Torment on the chase. Now to the corner. 2 defenders in front of him. Squishy through 1. Neutral against Calm. The ball stays in the orange. Squishy looking for demos on Gimmick deep in enemy territory. And there's Garrett G over the top, though! Beat Torment finally. You just had to take it away from the defender. 1 minute left. NRG's got the lead.
He was clutch against E United, and now coming out here with the pre-flip off of the wall. Garrett G, surgical, like James Bott said, on the desk. In clutch moments, he does not let us down.
And maybe the way you had to beat Torment, but here comes Gimmick. His time is actually high, and the defense misses, but he bounces it off the post. Gimmick, no! Chokes in the moment they could not afford to. 49 seconds left. They still got time, but they're going to kick themselves over that if they lose this one. Bumps on defense now. Version 1 starting to panic.
Oh, no, this is completely the opposite version 1 that we saw compared to KCP in that series. Now, Torment with the clear. They need some kind of transition. That midfield passing, Wavepunk, that was so crucial earlier on in this series. They need that back.
Oh, they're on version 2. Revert. Go back to version 1.
That's right.
They don't like the new one. Here comes Gimmick. Beaten. Empty field. Garrett G critically bumped by Torment.
15 seconds.
Squishy. 14, 13 left in game 5. Justin with control in the corner. Calm's gotta be the hero this time. He gets the pass in field. Here's Gimmick, but Justin will chase it down. He still gets first touch on it. Gimmick waits it out. Out to Torment. Down to Gimmick.
Back to Gimmick.
Here's off the corner and down and in. Oh, Gimmick's gonna have nightmares for weeks.
Oh, that's 2 shots back to back for Gimmick in the final few seconds. Couldn't get the shot on net. NRG in the backpack of Garrett G in game 5, yet again, come out on top. They're making the lower bracket run. What else is there to say? They're getting season 6, I believe it was, season 5, Dignitas. We've got season 2, Flipside going through the lower bracket. It's just a Rocket League thing, Wavepunk.
It is the best team. I mean, the winner of the finals comes from the lower bracket. Thing about his office, it comes from the upper bracket. It's pretty crazy here. What NRG has been able to string together. And version 1, what a tournament for them. Easily the best performance we've seen out of this team since their formation. And Calm the shining bright light, a lighthouse on this team right now. But I mean, and like everyone had their moments. Torment early in this series, holding it down on both sides of the ball. But my goodness, I mean, we're going to be talking about Calm all week.
Yeah, this was the lower bracket matchup as well. We haven't even done, you know, all of the uppers yet, and we're getting crazy games like that from Version 1. You have to be proud of your performance. A lot of us had questions about where Version 1 placed in North America, and now seeing with that new pickup Calm, like you said, we're going to be talking about him still going forward this weekend, and I can't wait to see him back in here, but I also can't wait to see how NRG continue the momentum.
Yeah, me neither, man. This series today has been a bunch of amazing games, and I'm pretty sure, like in all of our lower bracket games, yes, every single one of them went to Game 5. How about it? Like, man, you put the tournament lives on the line, and these guys play some pretty good Rocket League, Turtle.
Yeah, I mean, you ask for something close. We had KCP earlier on. We've got Alpine getting swept, excuse me, almost, and then they managed to clutch it out. Every single game is going the distance wave, and we can expect more and more of that tomorrow.
We certainly can. I believe, though, that does it for today. It was some exciting Rocket League. We'll have some more tomorrow. But to close things out, let's head back to Leaf and the boys on the desk.